to the Notary News Channel. This is a forum for all things notary and some things not. Please be sure to like and subscribe so that you can receive notification when the latest videos are posted. My name is Desiree Roman Rodriguez, and I'm a subject matter expert in all things notary in the state of Illinois. I'm also an enrolled agent credentialed by the Internal Revenue Service to prepare taxes, troubleshoot tax issues, incorporate businesses, and represent taxpayers all the way up through the U.S. courts. This week on the forum, I'm going to be walking you through how to fill out your 941 reports. I have received a lot of questions about the 941 reports. Now, these reports are only going to be if you are an LLC or if you are incorporated. 941 reports do not apply to sole proprietors. So if you are an LLC, if you are incorporated, you would need to fill out the 941 report, and these are filled out quarterly. So there are times when you would need to fill out a 944, and that is only filed yearly. But for this video, I'm going to be walking you through how to fill out the 941. Now, the 941 is going to be to report wages and taxes that you've collected in that particular quarter for yourself and for any employees. Now remember, the IRS has an expectation that you are paying yourself wages. So this report must report the wages you are paying yourself and any taxes that are being withheld. Now, very often, people don't usually have federal taxes withheld. They may not have state taxes withheld, and that doesn't mean that you don't have to file the report. You still have to file the report because as a business, you are paying the second percentage, or the second half of that percentage for your employees' Medicare and Social Security. So this report is going to be for reporting those things. Now, this report does not include reporting income to independent or subcontractors. Those are going to be reported on a 1099 NEC. So the 941 is only going to be for employees that are receiving W-2 wages. So why don't we jump right in and get started? Okay, so here you're going to see the 941 report for 2022. And here at the top of this screen, you're going to see the address of where you need to go to in order to get this form. And it's going to be a fillable form. You fill it in directly onto this screen. Once you click on this link, this will pop up and you can begin typing right into this. So you can see that I have pre-filled this out. And so at the very top, you're going to fill in your EIN number for your business, your business name, the address of your business, city, state, and zip. And then you're going to check here in box 3 for July, August, and September, because this is the quarter that is currently due for in October. So July, August, September, you're going to check this box. Now, this is also the same form you should have been using all year long. And you will use this form when it's time to report the fourth quarter. And all you're going to do is check the box of whatever quarter you are reporting. So, but for this quarter, it's going to be July, August, and September. So these are going to be the months that you have to look at your wages reports to see how much wages you paid to yourself or to any employees for those 3 months. And that's what's getting reported on this form. So number of employees who received wages. So in my case, it would be me. I'm only paying myself wages. If you have other people you are paying wages to, then you would increase this number according to how many employees or staff that you have. And again, remember, this is not including any 1099. It's only just people that are getting regular paychecks. So it's going to be then line number 2, the total of the wages, tips, other compensation. So in this case, I've indicated $2,000. And then if you are having federal income tax withheld from your wages or your employee wages, this is where you would indicate on line 3. Now for myself, I put 0 because when I fill out my own, I do not withhold federal income tax from my wages from my business. Now, here then, it's really only going to be 2 boxes that you're going to fill in, and that's going to be the taxable Social Security wages and the taxable Medicare wages. So the amount of money of wages that you have in box 2 is going to appear in 5A and 5C, and then you're going to multiply it by the number that you see here. So for 5A, it's going to be multiplied by 0.124, and then you're going to get the amount to fill in column 2. And for 5C, you're multiplying the wages by the 0.029, and that will give the $58. So those 2 columns will then get added up, and that total input on column 5E. So that's going to be the total tax that is going to be due for this quarter for Social Security and Medicare tax. Now, if you collected if you withheld federal income tax wages from your employee or for yourself, then that number would be included on line 3, and then it gets added into your totals at the bottom so that you know how much you are needing to pay when you submit your check. So most of these other boxes, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, A, B, and C, I do not have any of those adjustments. So me being a small business, so total taxes after adjustment line 6 would just be the 306. And then, but again, if you have these adjustments, then this is where you want to enter those adjustments. Okay, so total taxes after adjustments, you would continue to fill in the amounts. And again, if you have numbers that you're adding in either 7, 8, 9, you would obviously continue to add those up. Now, then you're going to go to the next page, page 2. You'll see again, you're filling in your business name, your EIN number. And if you are filling in information, then again, you need to include those in lines 11, D through G. Your total after those adjustments for line 12. So for me, I'm going to continue putting the same 306. And then again, if you made any deposits, so it's possible that you prepaid and you went online to the IRS payment website and made a prepayment in July or August or September in anticipation of having to pay this tax. So if you made any deposits or made any payments, you would enter it on line 13A. For me, I did not make any deposits, so it's going to be 0 for me. And then again, if any of these apply to you, you would fill in as appropriate. But again, I'm not doing any of these, anything extra special. So it's just going to take me down to line 14, which is the 306 of the balance due. Now for part 2, I'm going to check line 16 because on line 12, my return is less than $2,500. So that means I'm not required to make deposits into an account to cover these taxes. But if you are paying yourself more than the $2,500 in wages per quarter, then you may be required to make the deposits according to the IRS schedule. And you can always look that up on their website. So scrolling down, we're going to page 3. Again, entering your business name, the EIN number. If any of this applies to you, then obviously you would fill it in. But if you're continuing to work and you are, you didn't shut your business down or anything, you wouldn't need to check any of those. If you are participating in a qualified health plan, then those expenses, information of that would be filled in these boxes 19 through 27. For me, I don't have any of those things to report, so I'm not taking any of those. So it's all 0 for me. And so then the next section then is just going to be signing and printing your information, putting in your contact info, and then dating. Now, you can print your name, you can print the title and the phone number. That's part of filling it in. But for signing your name, obviously this cannot be signed electronically. You have to
print this and sign it by hand signature and put in the date that you signed it. If you are having a tax preparer or someone other than yourself filling out this report, then they would need to fill in Part 4. And if you paid somebody to do this report, that information would be here at the bottom. Otherwise, if you're doing this report yourself, you do not have to worry about Part 4 or the paid preparer use section at all. And so once that is done, you then can scroll down. Usually a voucher accompanies if you need to make a payment. You would fill in, again, your EIN number, the amount of what your payment's going to be, your business information, and the quarter that this is applying to. Now, you don't have to mail in this voucher. You can go directly to the IRS website and pay on their payment screen. I would recommend doing that just because it's very fast. You don't have to worry about something going through the mail and needing to get proof of service and then waiting for them to cash a check. Now, if you are reluctant to put a credit card information or have your bank information on the IRS website, then obviously you would want to go ahead and send your payment voucher in. And then that would be the end of filling out the federal 941. Now, very important for saving this document, you don't want to just click the download button and download it, because what's going to happen is it's going to download a blank form. So you don't want your form to be blank. So what you're going to do is, in order to save this form to your desktop, you're going to click your print button that's on the corner of your browser. And then once your destination of the print comes up, make sure that you click that drop down and it says Microsoft Print to PDF. Okay, and then you can go ahead and click print and then choose a place where you want that document to be saved on your computer. Select a file. If you want it to just save right on the desktop, and then you can save it in another place later on, you can do that. But do not just hit the download button. It will not save your information. So go ahead, print it. And actually what you should do is print once to your printer and then then click print a second time to print to PDF, so that you can save the hard copy on your computer. Now, for those of you in Illinois, you need to fill out your form online. So let me go back to the front here. And so you're going to go to mytax.illinois.gov. And so for here in Illinois, you have to file your reports in the mytax.illinois.gov website. So you come to that website, you're going to see this here, you fill in your information, your login, and then it'll take you to your page and it'll show you all the reports that your business is responsible to fill out. So typically, if you have a report due, which the reports are now due, you'll see in your action center what report. So for here, the state is telling me you have a withholding report that you have to do, and it's for withholdings that were done through September 30th of 2022. So then you would go ahead and click on file the return, and then you would enter in your payroll information and then go through the prompts. It's really very simple and easy to follow. Now, if you are like me and you don't withhold any state withholdings, then your report's going to be filled with zeros. But you do have to fill out the report. You have to submit a zero report. So even if you don't withhold state wages, you still have to tell the state, hey, I didn't withhold any wages. Otherwise, they will ding you for not filing a report, even if it is a zero report. So that's going to be the way for Illinois. Now, for other states, you may have to fill out a paper form like this. And again, you're going to be entering the same information. So once you've filled out your federal 941 report, then you pretty much have that information available to pay, to fill out your state report. So whether it's in Illinois on the mytax.illinois.gov website, or if your state requires you to fill it out on their website, it's likely going to be something like this or similar to the 941 for the federal reporting format. So the key information and the what they're looking to see is for the state, whether or not you withheld state tax. And then, of course, what are the taxable wages, so that they know how to calculate any taxes that may be due from your business or from the person who is earning those wages.
So that's going to be how you fill out your 941 report. Now, after you have filled out this report, you're going to mail it in, and you want to make sure that you are tracking it when you're mailing it in, because mailing the report in late does come with a penalty. So you want to make sure you are avoiding paying any penalties for filing the report late. So when you mail it in, make sure that you get tracking information for it. And you can also mail in your payment while you are mailing in your report, or you can go online to the IRS payment website and make your payment online. Now, that's going to be the easiest and fastest way to make sure that the payment is made and deducted from your account, and it's something that then you don't have to worry about. Or otherwise, again, you do have the option to mail in a check, and then once the IRS receives your report, then they would process the check and then make that deduction. So if you have any questions, you can always send an email to info@DesalBusiness.com. Or if you have any other reports that you think that you need some assistance with and would like to see a video that shows how to fill out the report, you can always post a comment below and let us know what you would like to see. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.